What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. This is Kate TV. I'm your host, Kate. Today, we are going to be watching some TikToks and discussing all of the people that are leaving the Democratic Party right now. This is a very interesting phenomenon to me. I would love to have a little discussion about it with you all. But before I get into it, if you are enjoying my videos so far and you are liking these reactionary style type videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like, share, hit the notification bell, leave a comment down below, say hello. I would love to get to know you. And without further ado, we'll go ahead and listen to this young lady tell us why she personally is leaving the Democratic Party.
I am fucking done with the Democratic Party. You guys are psychotic. I've been a Democrat my entire life. I'm 43 years old, and I've never been more humiliated and embarrassed to be part of something. You guys are the most racist, hateful, bigoted, nasty group of people I've ever had to commingle with. And it's not all, just to be clear, but it's a majority of you guys. The left has lost their goddamn mind. What I've witnessed over the last 72 hours has been an absolute disgrace. Disgrace. You guys want to sit here, you want to abort babies at 9 months, you want to leave the borders wide open. New York City is an absolute disgrace. You have no idea what's going on in Manhattan. It's disgusting. Disgusting. It's not even livable anymore. I can't wait to get out of here. We have people that are getting set on fire in New York City subways, not once, but twice. The stores are being looted. People are being pushed in front of the trains. The streets are filled with piss and weed. And I swear to God, I hope New York City single-handedly flips the entire New York State red, because I am done. I am done.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I stay away from inner cities at all costs. I literally avoid them like the plague. And if I have to go there for some reason, my head is on a swivel, okay? And I'm trying to get out of there as quick as possible because I've seen way too many videos of people just like randomly being attacked and curb stomped and beaten and pushed off trains and pushed in front of trains and like just crazy stuff. And I just personally, I don't even want to go there at all. I also noticed I was a Democrat like my entire life, all the way up through till after college. I have to say, well, I graduated in 2020. So when all that happened for me was when I was like, whoa, what am I associated with here? I really like questioned that. But before that, just being associated with that ideology, I definitely identified with it for a long time. I had like the silver hair. I was very, I was one of them. Um, but it's so interesting about, being called racist, bigoted, homophobic, like all these crazy buzzwords that they always use. It's a little bit like when you have a narcissistic boyfriend or partner who is cheating on you and they just accuse you of cheating on them all the time. There's like that mind game gaslighting going on. And it's very confusing. Personally, that was a huge reason why I just didn't even want to be a part of it anymore because I felt like I could never win. I felt like I could never be myself. I could never have my own opinions or feelings. I couldn't have my individuality. It's almost like, you have to be grouped together with everyone in order to be a part of it. And you have to be engaging in self-sabotaging behaviors. You have to have this sense of victimhood to you and to your lifestyle. Like I definitely blamed everything bad about my life on everybody else. I had like this inability to take self-accountability at that time. And I swear it's because of the people and that ideology that I was associated with unknowingly. I think for me, like I just wanted to fit in with everybody. And it definitely there was just kind of this unspoken rule of like, if you're going to fit in, you're going to think like us and you're going to be this way. Or you're just this horrible person. You're ostracized. People don't like you. And unfortunately, I always felt like that. And it was really isolating and an awful feeling because I really genuinely felt like I didn't fit in anywhere for a really long time. And ultimately, I think that was good for me in the end because I was able to step away from everything and regain, who I am and my own sense of self. And then from there, figure out what my beliefs and everything are. But it was hard. It was really hard, I won't lie. I was very depressed at that time. I honestly didn't wanna live anymore, like, I'm not even kidding you. I just everything was seemed so confusing, and I didn't understand the whole left versus right, and I didn't understand where all the hatred came from, but I knew that if I didn't have that same hatred, I wouldn't be accepted. Very weird, interesting. Interesting phenomenon. Let's watch another one.
I've been dreading making this video because I know I'm going to get hate comments, especially from the left, and nobody likes hate comments online. I used to proudly call myself a liberal. I still believe in equality, healthcare access, LGBTQ plus rights, definitely science and social programs. But I've grown really tired of the performance, the fear mongering, and the refusal to have real conversations. I don't want to be here to scream or cancel or shame somebody into agreeing with me. I believe that we need to listen to each other even when we disagree, because change doesn't happen in an echo chamber. I'm not switching sides. I'd say I'm stepping out of the label. I'm an independent, logic-based thinker who's done letting political parties define my humanity.
I just want to stop her right there. I totally identify with that as well. I don't put myself in boxes anymore. I don't put labels on myself. I feel that what's going on in our world and our country is so much bigger than that. And the people at the top that are doing this to all of us want us to put ourselves in boxes and label each other and separate ourselves and be divided. It's divide and conquer, classic divide and conquer tactics. So personally, I am Caitlin, and I hold values that align with libertarians, with Democrats, and with Republicans. And I'm not in any certain box because I just again, I see it as a divide and conquer tactic, and I just will no longer play in that. I just wanted to interrupt her for a second and just say that because I totally agree with that statement, and I didn't want to forget it because I will.
I'm still progressive, but I care more about the truth than tribalism. You can fight for justice without losing your critical thinking. If you want to argue, go talk to somebody else. But if you're ready to listen, then I'm all ears. Not everything needs to be red versus blue. Like, for example, here's some things that I know we can agree on. Our healthcare is broken. You shouldn't go bankrupt just because you got sick in red or blue states. Big corporations, for example, have too much power. They lobby both parties, and working people end up paying the price. Veterans and the elderly deserve better care, period. No excuses. Mental health matters. It's not woke to want trauma support, for example, especially for kids and veterans. The middle class is being squeezed by inflation, housing costs, and endless debt, which is just not sustainable. We need civil liberties. Your right to speak, worship, protest, own property, and make personal choices. I think another thing that we could agree on is that we both need to protect democracy, which means fair elections, checks and balances, and yes, accountability for every party. And this is the one that's going to piss you liberals and you Democrats and anybody on the left off. Nobody should be hated for how they voted. Basically, what I mean by that is no one should be sliced for asking questions. I'm not here to hate conservatives. I'm definitely not fucking here to blindly follow liberals. I'm here because I want to bridge the gap and speak truth and hopefully make this country less divided and a hell of a lot smarter. And if that makes me hard to categorize, then good. I just don't want to associate myself with a party that is screaming into the void. I don't want to associate myself with a party who doesn't understand that productive conversations mean something. If you guys really wanted change, you wouldn't be sitting here calling every fucking conservative uneducated idiots. Conservatives are capable of having conversations, and for everybody on the left to accuse them of just being incapable of that, you're not making any changes. You're not going to have productive conversations. All you're going to do is push people more to not understanding your points. If you're trying to come at somebody with something that you know is a fact, don't insult them about it. You say it's hard to have conversations with conservatives, but it's the way that you approach them. And it's associated with the left now. The left is just like these angry fucking people who can't have conversations as far as the conservatives are concerned. I'm not switching parties, but I sure as fuck don't want to be associated with the left anymore. I want to be able to make real change and have real conversations, and I'm not going to get that done by calling myself a liberal.
I totally agree with a lot of what she said there. Um, it's really important to be able to have conversations with people and not get emotionally worked up and like let that cloud your judgment. I used to not be able to have that ability as well. And I'm going to be honest, it was when I associated myself with the left. Like at that point in my life, me and everyone around me, we all kind of had this inability to control and monitor our feelings and our emotions. And in fact, it was a trend that, like, your feelings run your whole life and they dictate your whole existence. If you don't feel like doing this, you shouldn't have to. And if you feel depressed, well, you're depressed and, you have this sickness and this illness and you can't do anything with your life. Again, it's just like this victim mentality and this inability to just take responsibility and look at yourself and be like, maybe it is me. Maybe I am too emotional. Maybe I do get too worked up and maybe I'm hateful and I need to work on that. I don't know, just my 2 cents on it. We'll watch probably like one or two more of these. Here we go.
If you voted Democrat like I did, you voted for a party that does not exist anymore. This is not the Kennedy Democratic Party. This is not the party of people that want to give back to their community, that they believe in kindness for everybody, equality, and acceptance. None of these things exist anymore in the Democratic Party. I am ashamed of the Democratic Party, and I have been for a long time, which is why I consider myself an independent now. And here we are, it's 24 years after 9/11, and we are in no better shape than we were on that day. Except now the war is inside of our country. The war is us against each other. We have lost our way in the United States. Democrats and liberals and people that are all like, peace and love and equality and unity have come onto this app to say the most horrific things about this 31-year-old man. And in Washington, they asked for a moment of silence, and Democrats were audibly booing and refused to stand for this man. I don't even recognize the United States. I really don't. We're a laughing stock to many other countries that are looking at us saying, like, are you all okay? We're not okay. We are not the United States of America. We are divided. We are clearly divided. And if the murder of Charlie Kirk does not prove that, I don't know what will. Honestly, I don't know what will.
Yeah, we're like the divided states of America right now. And it's really, to me, it's very frustrating because to me, it's really obvious that the real, war that's happening right now in the world is between the 1% elite people and the peasants. And everybody else is the peasants. And they're combining us with incompatible cultures, and they're intentionally flooding the borders in many countries. It's not just the United States, with, again, people who are not compatible with Western culture, people who don't assimilate to our way of life. So it's just another way of dividing everybody and getting everybody separated. And then here in the United States, you have this absolutely crazy divide of left versus right. And it's so, again, frustrating because the truth is, if we all came together and we just looked up, we would realize that we have a common enemy and it's not each other. And for me personally, that's kind of where I stand now. Again, I don't put myself in a box. I'm not left, I'm not right. I am for the peasants. I'm team peasant, and I am team regular worker bee, the person that's working all the time. I'm one of you guys, and I'm for us. That's whose side I'm on. And that's all of us. I mean, it is. So I don't know. I just thought this was an interesting little video to do. I hope you enjoyed my take on it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. I love you. Have a great rest of your Saturday. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.